Hi, welcome to In a Pickle Knitting. My name is Donna and this is Vlogmas Day 20. I'm back again today with another children's literature book about the holidays. Today's book is called The Carpenter's Gift, a Christmas tale about the Rockefeller Center tree, and it is by David Rubel and illustrated by Jem LaMarche. So it's really hard to get the glare off the cover. But it has a beautiful illustration on the front. You notice a boy holding a star made out of newspaper, and this is our main character in the story. He appears dressed a little differently. The story begins back in, I believe, 1931, the Depression era, just post-Depression or during Depression era. So the story is based on a couple of facts, but a romanticized fiction tale, which is the kind of story I actually like a lot, and I know that children appreciate this kind of story too. Some adults might say, oh, they don't like the way that's just so perfectly rounded and comes back together so beautifully. But having read many books to children over the years, I know that they in fact do like that the way that a story comes together. So the story tells about a family, as so many families were during the Depression, without a home. They actually have a home, but they live in a shack, more or less, that's very cold. And they live in New York. The dad is out of work, and this was a common thread to our American history during that time. And one day the dad comes to the boy and they go out and cut down he comes up with a truck. He has borrowed someone's truck, and they go out into the woods and they cut down a lot of Christmas trees, and they take them into the city and they sell them, which was, assuming that was their property, a very ingenious plan. And near the end of the story, they, not the end of the story, the end of the day, that day, they give a tree to some workers who are working at the Rockefeller Center. And while the workers are putting the tree up and decorating it with odds and ends, this is where you see this newspaper star he puts on the tree. And the dad starts talking with one of the workers, and just that this is how they were trying to make some money, and that things were hard for them right then. And they go home. Actually, the little boy picks up a pine cone from the tree and takes it home, and he remembers this as one of the happiest days he'd had in a really long time. And the next morning, which was Christmas Day, the carpenters show up and bring along some wood. It was wood that had been taken down from things, still had nails in it, and they start to build a home for the family. And the story goes on. The pine cone gets planted, it grows into a tree, and our young character from the beginning, we come up with him at the end because he had flashed back and remembered these details. And in the present day, the Rockefeller Center now wants one of their annual Christmas trees, and they want that tree. And he remembers back to having been given a home, a warm home, and all that was given to him. And so he does allow the tree to be donated. And starting in 2007, one of the facts from the book is that the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree is now, when it's taken down, the lumber is used and donated to Habitat for Humanity. So the story, factual things are the way they use the tree for Habitat for Humanity, and that in fact what had happened in the beginning of the story was what happens today with the organization Habitat for Humanity, where they community built and donated materials, build homes for people. So the story is not factual, it's not a historical fiction book per se, but it does have that factual information. And at the end of the book, there is an author's note about the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. with a photograph and factual details. And then the second page here is about Habitat for Humanity International, and they tell what their mission is. But the story itself, well, and I do want to show you this beautiful illustration of the tree. And they give you some details about the tree, how many lights they use and how large the trees are. But I would like to read just the very short dedication from the author. To those who give without looking back, and those who receive without forgetting. And I thought that was a lovely dedication in the book. So I like this book. I think that this is a book that many ages could enjoy, not the youngest. It is a longer sit story to listen to. It's not terribly long. I think maybe starting 3rd grade on up even into middle school as a nice Christmas story. It's not terribly Christmas centered. It's more about giving centered. So Christmas features in the book, of course, because it's a Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. So yes, it's a Christmas book and it is the carpenter's gift, but it is to me more about giving. And I really enjoy this story. I hope you will too. So that's all I have today for Vlogmas 20, and if you are interested in children's literature, join me again tomorrow for Vlogmas 21. Bye-bye.